In this video, we're gonna talk about Rubick. We're gonna talk about what items you should go for. We're gonna talk about what skill build you should not go for. And I'm gonna show you some tricks and tips on this hero. And at the end, we're gonna watch a replay from myself, how I'm playing Rubick, and I'm gonna explain even more. The skill build on Rubick is very simple and straightforward. 99% of the times you start with your W. Then you go for your Q, and after that you're gonna skill your W again. That's how you will always skill the lanes. Don't attempt to skill a point in passive as a support Rubick, and keep in mind your Q and your W is the strongest spell on this hero early on. Later on in the game, when you have your ulti, you should always skill 1-3-1-1. Please always do that. Don't get aided by a point, one more point in your passive or anything else. Just do the skill build. You need your W to farm, you need your W to outpush waves, plus you need your W to steal kills, so keep that in mind. And in the later stages of the game, on minute 20 or 25, when you get level 12 or 13 or 14, please max your passive first and then max your lift. Don't go for a second point in your ulti, it's usually not worth. Plus get the points in your passive because of a big reason. You want to use your wards and all the other items from a further range. So especially with the warding aspect, you can stand like so far away, just put down an ops in the team fight or anywhere else without being like in a danger zone. And that's like the most effective thing when you play Rubick and you want to support your team. Let's start with the item builds. The first item build is with Tango, Double Branch, Double Circlet, Ward and Sentry. The reason behind this build is basically I want to tank up and I want to be the Giga Chat on the lane. Like, I just want to right click the enemy 5, enemy position 1, and be like a tower on the lane. Like, I just want to right click, and I feel strong on the lane, and I think we're gonna win this lane by just like right clicking. The second item build is more of a passive item build. I want to try to bait the enemies to go on me with my stick, with the fairy fire, plus with the grenade, and turn around fights on the lane. Whenever they go on me and I have like, let's say 10 stick charges plus fairy fire, I'm gonna get like a 200 HP burst heal, and maybe I can trade my life for the enemy position 5 or position 1, and my offlaner has a better game. So the first item build with the circlets is basically just to like be a tower on the lane and dominate, and the second item build is like just be there, tank for your offlaner, and maybe bait the enemies to go into you with your items to turn around any team fight. Later on in the game, I really love it to actually go Adolance on Rubick. You should not always go Adolance. Like, Adolance is only good if you can get it between 10 and like 17 or 15 minutes. If you cannot get it, skip it and go something else, like Arcane Boots into 4-staff, Arcane Boots into Blink. It's very situational, this hero. But overall, I would say like Adolance, 4-staff, Blink, or like the key items you would like to get on a Rubick if you have a good lane, plus if you have a greedy playstyle like I do. The second build is actually like more safe, and you will see that you will tank up. It's like kind of similar to the Techies build. Whenever you go Arcane Boots into a stick, into a Pavis and Glimmer Cape, you will actually see you have insane range on Pavis and Glimmer Cape to save your teammates. Plus you're gonna tank up a lot as well. Like, people will actually not start going in you and trying to burst you if they have in mind you have a Glimmer Cape plus you have a Pavis. So that's like the mindset with this item build. People might actually not even going on you anymore. And if they do, you might be lucky and you're gonna survive because of these two items. You will tank up, plus you're gonna save your teammates from a billion of range, I feel like. Definitely try these two builds, and keep in mind Adolance only if you have a good laning start and if you can get it between like 10 or like 17 minutes. When to pick Rubick? In my honest opinion, you can pick him whenever you want. First pick, last pick, second pick, it's whatever. This hero is so versatile and his landing is so strong that it doesn't really matter what you're playing against and what you're playing usually with. So feel free to pick him whenever you want, and if you feel confident, spam him. He's like one of the best heroes to grind MMR right now, at least for my personal feeling when I play Rubick. And here are 6 heroes that I think that are very good picking with Rubick to dominate your lanes. Like, you want these tanky, beefy boys that stay in front for you, having a stun maybe, or having a slow, and dealing damage. And all these 6 heroes actually doing that. Either they have a stun, they have a slow, or they deal a lot of damage. And you can combo that with your lift, with your right clicks, and with your W. And later on, you can like leave them alone. They can like sit alone a little bit because they're very tanky, they're very strong, and they can play by themselves. And that's what you want if you play Rubick. The first tip I'm gonna give you with Rubick is positioning. You need to watch out for your positioning, and you need to stand behind your position 3 most of the time. As you can see, I'm staying here on the lane in front of the IO, and I want to deny. And I see the Abaddon above me, but I'm still greedy and I'm like staying there. And that's the reason how they can go on me. And that's why I want to like tell you guys, look at your position with Rubick. Like you want to be the guy that actually hits the enemies without getting hit. And if you can achieve that, you're gonna like win any lane. Plus, the best case scenario for yourself is always you can trade yourself. So you offlane against a kill and everything is good. And we're gonna watch this example here. I'm running away, like my position was bad, but I'm still getting a counter kill for my Brood. And she even gets solo XP. In this situation, it is very good that I died actually to reset my resources. Plus my Brood gets solo XP because Brood will dominate this lane if she gets a fast level 6. The next point works on any position 4 hero. As we can see, my Brood is actually dying. We see 18 seconds on the Brood, and I'm gonna probably die as well. I want you guys to get into the mindset whenever you die, you need to watch out on the map what you can do, what is good for your team, and not what is good for yourself. As you can see, I'm dying. It's actually whatever. Like I still know the Brood is gonna dominate this lane with level 6, even though if we like feed 4 or 5 times. Sure, it's not good, but it's not gonna change much of the game plan. As you can see right now, instead of TPing bottom, I'm TPing middle. The reason behind that is because I know the creeps are in front of my tower, and so I can just leave the Brood for herself a little bit and just focus on helping my middle. Because I know if he's getting a good game, he's gonna rotate and win the side lanes. Plus, I might get the mid lane for my experience. And let's see what happens. I riffled middle. We're almost getting a kill. I'm looking around, taking the bounty, and then I'm going back to bot. And my Brood literally got like 1 level plus because I let him full solo XP on this big wave with 2 like range creeps, and he's like free to do whatever he wants. So keep that in mind. Whenever you die, try to like do a good play. If you see a wave is in your tower and you saw your offlaner is taking solo experience, give it to him. Don't TP and steal his experience. It's not good. In team fights later on, you want to stay on the edge between the team fight and the outside of the fight. Like as you can see right now, my positioning is actually very good in this position. And there's going to be like one problem. I'm going to lose my position for 1 second and we're instantly losing the fight because I couldn't like turn it around with my fissure. If you just watch this, I was pinging on the IO, I wanted to go on him with my fissure, 2 seconds on cooldown, and I totally forgot about the shaker. And he just ran in and echoed me. And that's how I died. And that's how we literally lost the fight. Like, positioning is key on Rubick in team fights. If you don't have a good position and you're staying like between the edge of the team fight and outside of the team fight, you're not gonna get a good spell. You're not gonna be in position to like actually use your spells, and you're gonna instantly die. So keep that in mind. Now I'm gonna show you guys what I mean with like staying on the edge of a team fight and how important positioning is. As you can see, I'm starting the fight on a patch. My Storm killed the Bad Rider. And I'm like just like sipping around on the side. I'm not going in. Like I let my morph tank, no matter what. I'm just like staying on the side. I'm trying to dodge like fissure, I'm trying to dodge the echo so he doesn't kill me. And like I'm just staying right outside of the fight. And this is what you need to do with a Rubick, because whenever you go in, you always take the risk the enemy's just jumping you and you die. Like if you know you're not gonna die, then you can do it. Most of the times you need to play carefully, you need to be on the edge of the fight so you can actually get all your spells out. And the last point is communication. Remember, people are not always checking your spells that you stole. So tell your team what spell you have and let them know. Like as you can see, I have shield. I was communicating with my Storm / Maximilian, Quirkva, whatever, that I have shield. And he said like, alright, I'm gonna play more greedy and I'm gonna go in. Because the only way he dies is actually in a lasso, in an echo, or if Patch is ulting him. So that's the only way he dies. As you can see, they go on him. I told him I have shield and I'm gonna protect him. And that's what I'm doing, and we're gonna instantly win the fight and win the game by that. Just watch. I saved my Storm. He's going in. He kills the Shaker. I saved him again from lasso. Everything is good. My Morphling is going in. He has a free game. I don't need to be scared because I have shield. And we just won the game. Just by a little bit of communication. Especially on your spells. Remember, people are not always, like especially your teammates, they are not checking your spells that you stole. So let them know. If you have shield, if you have fissure, if you have black hole, anything, let them know. I'm pretty sure the enemies are actually checking your spells more than your teammates. So keep that in mind if you play Rubick. I really hope you guys actually like the new format of my videos now. I'm gonna like try to always do it like that with my limited time I have. And I want to thank everybody for the support. Thanks for watching. If you don't follow me on Twitch already or Twitter, feel free to do it. The links are in the description. And bye bye. Peace.